Who is Laura Wright? Where did she originate? You're about to find out. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, or if you're new here, hi, I'm Laura and I write young adult fiction. Also what I do today in particular is sweat like a pig because it is literally over 100 degrees outside and I had to turn off the air conditioning and the fans to film this video, and I could not put on any makeup or anything because it would just smell right off my face. So of course you just have to take one for the team because the video must go on. But I digress. Since I'm a little bit newer to the authortube universe, I thought that it would be fun every once in a while to do a couple of these tags so that you guys can learn a little bit more about me. I have done the authortube newbie tag. I will link that up in the cards. If you haven't seen that yet, you can go ahead and watch that. But I saw this tag in some other people's videos. I think it went around about a year ago-ish. Anyway, I haven't done it because I'm new here. Just said that. Shameless plug. Tell your friends. Like, subscribe. Anyway, the heat is getting to me, y'all. The heat is getting to me. It's making me act weird. Oh, let's just be honest. I'm always weird. Hashtag weird chick. Oh, I gotta stop saying that. People who talk in hashtags are old. Anyway, I'm back down here in the south. I wish I had a fan. I need to get me one. Anyway, so where was I at? I'm like all over the place, you guys. Oh yeah. So I want to do some tags so you guys can get to know me better. This is a little bit of an older one. It's called, well, you guys read the caption, but it's called the, wait, I don't even remember what it's called. Oh yeah, the author origin tag. It sounds very mysterious, very Marvel-esque, like I'm Spider-Man or something. But anyway, I thought it'd be fun to answer some of these questions so that you guys could get to know me a little bit better beyond what I said in my authortube newbie tag. This was started by Evie. Is it Driver? Yeah, Evie. It's Evie something. I will link her down in the description. So let's just get started because, oh man, I might just faint a million faints if I have to keep sitting here without the fan on, you guys. Ooh, my face is so red, so sweaty. Oh, all right. Definitely need to invest in a Southern fan. Okay, question number one, backstory. Love a good backstory. When and why did you start writing? How old were you, and in which genres did you begin writing? So I said this in my authortube newbie tag. I started writing when I was a kid. My first book was called The Three Mysterious Ghosts that I never went anywhere because I didn't know how to spell mysterious. My teacher wouldn't tell me how to spell it. If you want to hear that whole thing, like I said, I linked it earlier. Which genres? Well, okay, when I really started like writing, which is when I went to college and I minored in writing, all my teachers really pushed literary fiction, and I love literary fiction. Like, I got my master's in literature, and I almost got my PhD. That's a whole nother story about why I didn't finish. Nobody's interested. So I love literature, but I just don't write it very well. And when I was reading all this high literature, I was also sneakily reading Princess Diaries and The Selection and, you know, a million other things that would have been très scandale in the graduate world, but I didn't really care. And then I realized that's what I want to write because that's what I love, because I am YouTube's oldest young adult. I refuse to grow up, and so why not just write those books? Because that's what I wanted to write. So now I write young adult fiction. Also, I just realized I have like a scratch on my face, you guys. I literally look like one of those villains who like has a scratch from like a fight, you know, and will forever mark me. And I literally have no idea what happened. Maybe my dog got me in my sleep. I don't really know because, you know, they sleep in my bed. But yeah, I feel like it's the mark of a villain. I'm not a villain, okay? But that's not a question in this. So let's get back to the questions. Number two, Protagonist. What was your first main character like? How have your tastes or muses changed since then? So I'm gonna base this on, like, since I started writing young adult, which is what I write. My first main character, I had two, but I would really say the first one I came up with out of the two was Pin, and he is an android. So he was super like misunderstood and angry at the world and, you know, that whole jazz, because who doesn't love a protagonist like that? And I still hope to do something with that story. If you hear Falcor snoring, you know, what else is new? He always snores in my videos, because he cannot leave my side. So even when we're both just sweating to death up here. So anyway, I'm gonna look back at this when I edit this video and I'm gonna be like, girl, it wasn't even worth it because you just look disgusting. You're sweating all over the place. When was the how have your tastes and muses changed since then? They haven't really changed. I mean, it wasn't that long ago, so they haven't really changed. Antagonist, what's the worst writing advice or feedback you ever received? What was your first rejection or confidence-breaking experience like? I would say my first like rejection or confidence breaking experience was like in writing, like when I was working on my degree, and the first time we did like a thing where people critiqued your work, because I'd never had anyone critique my work and it hurt my feelings, but I don't know, I got over it. Worst piece of writing advice. I want to say maybe telling me to write every day and making me feel like I'm not a real writer if I don't. I think that's a terrible idea because you're shaming people. Number 4, superpower. What part of writing or the writing process do you feel is your greatest strength? Emotion, showing versus telling, drafting, revising, character flaws. I don't know that I have a strength. I'm gonna be really honest. I do think that my boys that I write are really swoony, so maybe that's a strength, but I don't know if anyone else finds them swoony. So I actually don't know if I have a strength. I haven't let a lot of people read my work. I haven't written that much, so that's a to be continued, I guess. I don't really know. I just have no confidence in myself, you guys. It's so hard. I just basically think I suck at everything. Kryptonite, what part of writing or the writing process do you feel is your weakest? All of it. I would say drafting, like the first draft. It's like pulling teeth for me sometimes, you guys. I only got through this book by really engaging in the authortube community. I overthink everything. Like, I just overthink every decision, and I think everything is terrible, and I'm like, but what about this? What about this whole? What about that? And you know, sometimes you just have to like suspend disbelief, and I just have a hard time like, but that doesn't make sense. That doesn't make sense. And yeah, I'm an overthinker. Let's say that. Number 6, training montage. What strengths or weaknesses changed over the years? Additionally, what have you done over the years to better your craft? So what have I done to better my craft? I've tried to write more. I'm reading craft books. I'm watching more authortube videos and getting more involved in the community, and I think that that has really helped. Something that I've strengthened is I don't know. I'm working on showing versus telling more and not being overly wordy, I guess, kind of. Number 7, weapon of choice. What programs have you used over your writing journey? What is your favorite right now and why? So I used to only use Microsoft Word, and I just recently started using Scrivener, and I love it. I still don't even know all the functions of it, but I love just even the few little functions that I have. But I still use Microsoft Word as well. I just use a combination of the two, but I really love Scrivener, especially for like separating stuff. Okay, 8, trusted sidekick. Every Batman has his Robin. What is your favorite companion to cuddle or consume while writing? Has this changed over the years? If so, does this also differ from daytime to nighttime? So I always have to have a Diet Pepsi with me. Recently, I've been also using a lot of my venti ice blonde latte with soy milk quad. It means 4 shots of espresso. But I also have my little cuddle buddy, as you can hear him panting over here, Falcor. He literally never leaves my side. Falky, you want to show everybody? He needs a haircut, guys. He's getting it this week. So this is my favorite writing cuddle buddy, Falcor. You are, huh? You're my favorite little cuddle buddy. He's always with me when I'm writing, because he's always with me no matter what I do. I know it's hot. Let me get through these questions so I can turn the air back on, okay? Love you, buddy. So Falcor is for sure my sidekick. 9, 0 to hero. When you first began this journey, what level of success did you imagine for yourself? Is where you're currently at on your writing journey headed for the destination? If not, how has your dream evolved over the years? So my dream has always been to be traditionally published. I know everyone has a different journey and plan, and none of them are wrong or bad. That's just what I want. I'm still working towards that, and it hasn't really changed. And I'm just like really not that far in the process, so. Number 10, remember my name. Fame. What authors helped you realize your interest in or passion for writing? What books helped shape your writing style, genre of choice, or taste? So I don't know about my writing style. I don't know that I took that from anyone, but who inspired me? I actually want to do a whole video on this, but I would say Francesca Leah Block, Stephen Chbosky, Ann M. Martin. And then later, I would say Meg Cabot, Kira Cass, Anna Guerre, Marie Lu, and I'm sure I'm leaving out people that I would want to include. Jenny Han. All these people inspire me all the time. Oh, and Stephanie Perkins. But as for my style, I don't know that I follow anyone's style. Marvel versus DC. Is that even a question? It's always Marvel, duh. Comparison is dangerous. How has comparing your author journey to others dismantled or helped your own? Any advice to overcome this? I don't have any advice because I'm terrible at this, you guys. I am the most jealous person on the planet. And I'm just constantly always working on that. I can't help it. It's just a part of who I am. Like, I want things so deeply, and I just hate when people get them. I'm also very happy for them, but I'm also like secretly low-key hating them. So I don't really have any advice to get over that. If you have any advice for me, comment down below. Let me know how to get over it. But yeah, I just kind of see people, and that does, I guess it does like push me, right? It like, I'm a very goal-driven person, and seeing other people succeed really pushes me to want to succeed, but I just don't know how to not compare myself. I'm constantly comparing myself. I mean, don't we all compare ourselves? It's not just me, right? 12, the obligatory love interest. Looking back on your earliest projects, what genres have you grown to love or hate to write? Well, my first book was science fiction, or more speculative fiction, actually, because it wasn't like in space or anything. And then my one right now is contemporary. I wish I could write more science fiction. That's what I want to write, but I don't want to write the kind of science fiction that is mostly out there right now. I basically want to write contemporaries in space, or in the future, or in like in a speculative future, if that makes sense. I'm trying to reinvent the genre, guys, and it's gonna take a minute, okay? So I'm working on it. But I also love contemporary, and I love fantasy. I don't know if I could ever write a fantasy. I have an idea for a fantasy, but you guys can tell I just had those 4 shots of espresso. I'm talking really fast. I'm about to like crash in like 2.5. I don't even know if I'm answering these questions right. All right, 13, arch nemesis. What are the most common excuses you've given to yourself or outside forces you've overcome that prevent or prevented you from writing your story or crush your confidence, okay? So I constantly think I'm not good enough, smart enough, funny enough, interesting enough. I mean, all those regular things. Also, I do suffer from mental illness, so I do have anxiety, depression, panic disorder. Those things are constantly getting in my way, but I'm working to overcome them. And yeah, it's really hard to put yourself out there. But starting a YouTube channel, I actually have a main channel, not this AuthorTube channel that I started 2 years ago. Putting myself out there has really helped build my confidence and learn to just kind of get over it. Like, people are just gonna say what they're gonna say, and it's just like, pff, next. So I think that has helped. But common excuses is just like, everything I write is terrible, everything is terrible, and there's no point, right? Like, I just kind of get easily discouraged. So I'm working on that. Number 14, superhero name. When you began, did you consider using a pen name? If you're using a pen name now, why did you decide to use one? If not, why did you use your real name? So when I actually do get traditionally published, that's right, because I will. Actually, just if I do, actually, for realsies, if I do, I will use my real name because I would love to see my real name on a book. But on YouTube, there are haters everywhere, and I'm a little paranoid. I've just always been a paranoid person. It's probably because of my anxiety disorder. So I'm not like super trying to hide who I am, but I don't just like put it out there for everyone. So my main channel is LauraTwoPointO, and then this channel is Laura Writes. So you guys know my name is Laura, you know? But I have considered using a pen name, but I just think I want my haters in life to see my name on a book someday. That's so bad. You're probably like, who is this girl that she has so many haters? Wouldn't you like to know? No, I just really want to be proud of myself and see my name on a book. So I think that's pretty common. Most people would feel that way. All right, last question. 15, Avengers Assemble. Love Avengers. Iron Man's my favorite. Tag a few of your favorite people to do this tag on their channel. Okay, well, like I said, this is kind of an old tag, so most people have already done it. So I'm gonna try to pick some newer author tubers. Woo, I'm glistening. So my brother, Kevin, over at Kevlandia has not done this, so tag Kevy. And my friend Moon over at Moon Petrie has not done this, so I will tag her as well. All right, guys, well, that is it for the author origins tag. This was really fun and a little sweaty and sticky. So I'm about to cut this short so I can turn back on the air conditioning and get back to trying not to faint. All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed this and you guys know me a little bit better. If you haven't done this yet and I didn't tag you and you want to, just go ahead. Make sure that you just say Laura Writes sent you. If you enjoyed this video, please be sure to give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't yet, my thumb is so weird. Anyway, and if you haven't yet subscribed, please be sure to, and I will see you in the next one. Okay, thanks, bye.